Please tell me all your deepest feelings and secrets. My friends and family really want to know.
How can I be this ignorant to the fact that you're still clearly hurt from our last conversation? Why haven't I apologised yet?
You get my unbridled attention for as long as you can keep the conversation focused on me, but then you'll lose it when I inevitably realise that instead of being self-aware, I can just go and make a lot of misguided decisions.
Charles Dickens. Do you want to just chill? Nice.
Do you want to just chill? Nice.
Do you want to just chill? Leaf flakes and a carbonated beverage? Nice.
I monologue for hours about what it could possibly be like to talk to animals, but you're the one who's actually going and talking to them, so... If I keep going to therapy, maybe I'll be able to actualize something that I talk about for once.
I'll see you in your nightmares tonight. You keep your cards super close to your chest, and I've somehow perceived this as you being a deeply mysterious person, which means that I keep using abstract and psychological terminology when in conversation with you, but really, you're just trying to chill and most of what I say goes over your head. Thankfully, you effortlessly disguise this by nodding and smiling and leading me into a false sense of connection with you.
Why would I go outside and do things when I can just stay in my room for the rest of my life? Or in other words, why would I be a healthy, balanced individual when I can just be a vampire? Because I am the true vampire. Nocturnal, vicious, and with as much vitamin D as a wooden spoon.
I've known you for 4 years, and yet I'm still holding on to the initial judgment that I made of you in the first 10 seconds of the first time I met you.
But really that's not my fault, because you never actually let me in. What do you mean I don't let you in either?
I can deny it all I want, but I'm actually a deeply compassionate and giving person, with a heavy thirst for love. I do want to know what love is, and I want you to show me.
Sorry, who are you? Where am I? What are these? Best be getting back to the hospital.
We have the same letters in our type, except mine ends with a J and yours ends with a P. That basically means that I'm just the more organised version of you.
Just kidding, that is a terrible application of MBTI. Because I am the true vampire. Nocturnal, vicious, and with as much vitamin D as a wooden spoon. Of which, incidentally, I am terrified. Not because I fear baking, no, that would be the rational answer. But because I am a vampire, and I've got the black cape to prove it. This probably shouldn't be here then.